Let me tell you about something brand new that T4 Tactics is offering. It's Stop the Bleed training, CPR, AED, bloodborne pathogens, and it's through a friend of mine's company called T3 Medic. Suzanne Monroe started it, and it's the letter T, the number 3, Medic. You can go to her website, which is t3medic.com. You can like and share her Facebook page, much appreciated. But she does lunch and learns. A lot of people don't know what a lunch and learn is. If you're a business owner, you provide food for your employees. Suzanne comes in and teaches a very valuable skill of stop the bleed, CPR, AED, bloodborne pathogens. A lot of active shooter attacks, people have died and bled out because others don't have the means or the equipment or the knowledge and skill to stop the bleed. Columbine, the only teacher that died that day was Dave Sanders, and they were unable to stop the bleed. 75% of the children that were killed at Sandy Hook could have survived, but nobody knew or had the equipment to stop the bleed. This is very, very important. Las Vegas attack, same thing, the active shooter attack. So we've got to know about that. A lot of people don't know what Stop the Bleed is. I tell people we're doing Stop the Bleed classes. Well, what is that? Stop the Bleed is very important. No matter where you work, you could be driving home one day and come up on a car crash and somebody need a tourniquet, and they may need you to know how to put on that tourniquet. You could be at your manufacturing job and something go wrong. You may be outside gardening one day and your neighbor is cutting a tree with a chainsaw and cuts his or her leg or arm off. How are you going to do that? People depend on you. You only have seconds before you pass out and you can't help yourself on a severe cut where you hit an artery. So stop the bleed is important. That's why we're going to merge it into our active shooter response training. We're going to do the active shooter response training, and if a business so desires, we'll come in for a few hours afterwards, and we'll go over stop the bleed, AED, CPR, bloodborne pathogens. They all go together. We have to know how to do it. So if you're interested in that, go look at t3medic.com, the letter T, the number 3, medic.com. And then you can like Suzanne's Facebook page, follow her. She's going to be putting out a lot of specials for businesses, but the lunch and learn is the most important. Once again, business owners can do this lunch and learn. You feed the employees while they eat, they're learning a very valuable skill. Now, let me tell you something else because this is a concern. There's no gross graphic videos about people bleeding out. It's made not to get people squeamish. That's very important. So yeah, your employees can eat lunch and learn a very, very valuable skill. And each person in attendance for the Stop the Bleed gets a certificate of attendance, which is important to go into their training file or their personnel file. Contact Suzanne at T3 Medic if you're interested.